Daytime with Aston Avery, and joining Stephen and I right now, our next guest. He's looked like he would be better suited for Gladiator, but don't judge a book by its cover is the saying there. He's an entrepreneur, also charity ambassador for Anna Kennedy Online, all-round nice guy. And so it's time to welcome Ben Pearson right now to Gateway. So
hi, Ben.
Hi.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm really good, Ben. Listen, it's all about being happy today, but what makes you happy?
Being surrounded by motivational people. So that is a big one for me. It's making sure that the circle I'm around inspire me.
And the positive. We were just talking about people who can sometimes find a cloud and a silver lining, and there are people out there like that.
I think you've got to be, haven't you, in this day and age?
I look at them, I think, how have you managed to bring a downer on that? They do. So I love positive people. It's nice to be around them. It really is.
So
yeah, 100%.
But obviously we're turning from going to a sad point, which then comes to a positive at some point here, Ben, as well. If I'm correct in saying this, you did not have the happiest starts of life here. So can you share a little bit about the challenges you faced in your life here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was put into social care when I was 10, and I was always bullied, picked on, abused, basically for having autism, because people didn't understand or didn't want to acknowledge the autism or found it funny. Thought they'd take fun out of me, taking things literal, like, pull your socks up, come on, we're late. I'd just start pulling my socks up, and then they would abuse me for that. So I've never found it easy, but as I've got older, it has got easier because I've been working with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you, there's so many people that are really bad. I was bullied at school, Aston was. How do you overcome something like that, Ben?
I think you just have to fight through it and stand up to these people and, have a clear vision of a way that you're going to come out of these negative environments. And my way was freedom, vision, and visualize where I wanted to be, and just kept that in the back of my mind, that anything that I was encountering at that present time was just in the moment, and that phase would pass.
It's so correct. I remember, but back in my day, if you were bullied, you never admitted it. You just never told anybody. It was almost as as bad as the bully. And I discovered music like T-Rex, Bowie, and I disappeared into that world, and it made it, as you said, I had a vision of what my life was going to be like. And it helped so much. And as I say, luckily now people are starting to talk about being bullied. There's not so much a stigma about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love, I love talking. I love to communicate with people, and it's a real good way of educating others as well, especially about, autism and people that are getting bullied. We must stand up and, make people aware that it's unacceptable.
Yeah, and often the bullies are hurting themselves.
Yeah.
And the people that go out their way to make other people unhappy, there's something seriously wrong with them.
Yeah, it's generally an underlining fear, isn't it? Bullies have that fear in themselves, so they try and make themselves bigger and bolder and try and reflect it on others.
Particularly if someone's different.
Yeah, 100%.
People are frightened of something they don't understand. And they react in a way, rather than trying to find out about it, they react in a bad way.
Exactly. And that being said here, Ben, as well, was that last month, Stephen and I did a show on how men do not talk about, especially like with their mental health, with what they've gone through and that. So can you suggest anything to our listeners here about gets people to talk about like mental health, etc.?
Yeah, sure. Obviously it's hard to get some people to open up about it. Some people are natural and find it easy. Like I've had counselling for years, so I'm quite an open book. Say it as it is, but some people are quite closed, sort of introvert, and it's quite hard to get them to talk. But what I've always found is to find their passion or something they're interested in, and that's sometimes the easiest way to spark a conversation, rather than start trying to go for the goal and get out of them, what's upsetting them. It's actually to start, if they like cars, start talking to them about cars or something they're enthusiastic about, and then you start building up that relationship with that person.
Yeah, and I think that you're still right there. I think if we just stop sometimes and ask someone if they're okay, and particularly kids. If you see a child being bullied, stop.
Yeah.
walk past or ask and say it's okay. You know, I don't know anybody really interesting that hasn't been bullied, to be quite truthful. Most actors, most artists have been bullied at some point in their life. But listen, Benny, you channeled one of your things you have as a great clothing line for bigger guys. Do you find men, bigger guys, find it difficult to get clothes?
Yeah, don't they just? You know, on the high street, it just doesn't cater for them, and that's one of the reasons we started our company. Was because I always felt like I was penalised for being different. Then I go onto the high street, I'm penalised again. I can't find anything that fits. So I wanted to make that a thing of the past.
So true. I remember seeing something in Zara, which I'd been into before. And I'm not as big as you, but I'm big. And I put on the outfit and I came out the dressing room and I looked like I was a stripper. It was supposed to come off. And it was the XL in there. And next to me, some petite guy. And it fits perfectly. And
Yeah.
I need a rethink, don't I?
I know exactly what you mean, but you know, we want to be able to buy the same clothing in a bigger size, don't we?
I know.
Yeah, but you just can't, and you couldn't years ago, so that's why we came up with this idea.
Yeah, it was a really good idea that men can actually get clothes. These guys are quite big, and there's the look of the assistants as well, which I really. Ben, I wanted a pair of skinny jeans.
Right.
No one had them. I know I've got big legs, and I went into a high street store and I got these skinny jeans, and I could see the guy looking at me. I went into the changing room and I pulled the jeans up, and I got big thigh muscles, and I fell out of the changing room. With the trousers still around my ankle, with the guy looking at me as if I was completely mad.
Yeah, no, I could completely relate to that. And these changing rooms, they're not big enough either. You know, they make them about 3 foot wide. I can barely get through the door.
But Ben, obviously, we're talking about like appearance and that, and also about being happy as well. That so many people that go to the gym get ripped in terms of the high costumes here, and then when they don't have the time as well, they almost get depressed, which again is covering mental health there. It can be addictive going to the gym here, but in your own opinion, is sensible training, and what in your own opinion is sensible training?
Yeah, so trying to be sensible has taken me years, and it was only really until I started spending more time with Lauren Charlet, who's part of, or has been to the World's Strongest Man 11 times, been a competitor, and he actually said a few words to me that really went home. Basically, you're going to destroy your central nervous system. And basically, if you train too often, too hard, your body doesn't have enough time to recover and you get overtired, then you can become irrational. So what I'd try and do now is find a balance between cardio, weights, and I listen to my body. I think that's the key thing with anything, is to listen to the body. If the body's feeling tired, or, you know, you're starting to get aches and pains, starting to feel a little bit irrational, you know, just start to think, actually, you know, this is not about fitting in with the crowd and doing what everybody else does, you know, hell for leather. This is about finding a balance for us as individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know I go to a gym, and I know some of the guys, they want to look at Arnie, and they want to look like, and they've got very skinny legs, and I know what they're doing on top of that, and that's such an unhealthy. You know, they can't keep us up, and it's so wrong to show. It's a bit like a Kardashian. You know, girls can't look like that. You know, and I was worried about their mental health. It's so wrong. Well, listen, it was great to see you at Madame Tussauds, and you were at the Born Anxious charity. Could you tell us a little bit about the charity for people who don't know?
Yeah, sure. So Born Anxious, I think it's a great name. It's a great brand name, and Kelly that runs it is really nice. And anxious, you know, I've been anxious all my life, and a lot of people that are on the spectrum, that's one of the key symptoms is anxiety. And so what a great name, you know, Born Anxious. It's so true. So Kelly started Born Anxious selling clothing to spread autism awareness, and works in conjunction with Anna Kennedy Online, which is a fantastic charity, you know, spreading awareness for autism. And I support both of them.
Which you do, Ben, because you're a charity ambassador for Anna Kennedy Online as well, which is brilliant to see you on board there. And that being said as well, Ben, obviously happiness is the main topic today. Do you ever wake up and think it would be nice to make someone happier, especially a day like today?
100%. That's my goal for every day, is to try and give something back. And I actually find it a lot more rewarding giving than I do receiving.
Yeah.
And spreading a little happiness in the world, you know, is absolutely the way to go.
Absolutely. So are you going to be at the Autism Hero Awards?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're really great host. It's such a great family. I'm really pleased you came on. You're going to come on a cup of tea with Stephen, I hope. And so we'll have probably an hour with you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to having you on. So look forward to that.
And obviously you're a hero as well, Ben. So you'll obviously be on our show again, of course, down the line. But if our listeners want to find out more about your clothing brand here, there, Ben, is there any of our listeners can find out more?
Yeah, sure. So anyone that's above a 42-inch waist, head over to BigClothing4U.co.uk, and we have all plus-size menswear, from casual wear to formal wear.
So you say 42-inch waist?
Yeah, so we go from 42 to 80-inch waist.
Oh, I thought I was big. I'm 36. That's not big.
No, not unless you've got a 38, 40-inch leg. You're just average, Stephen.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought I was. I've been really hitting the cardio, so it's come down a bit.
I love a bit of cardio.
Yeah, oh, it makes you feel so good. Once I've done it, it feels so good. Listen, thanks for coming on, and I look forward to seeing you on a cup of tea with Stephen.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Look forward to it, and thanks, Aston.
Okay.
No problem, Ben. And thank you for joining Gateway today, and good luck with the rest of the day you've got as well.
Great, cheers, and the same to you.